Technology Hub podcast, where we spotlight innovation, resilience, and the inspiring voices shaping Africa's sustainability landscape. I am your host for today. My name is Mobodo Rachel. Today, we are celebrating the women of our She Sustains Cohort 3. These women are shaping the world in the sustainability landscape. They have journeyed with us for the past 3 months from different sectors, from waste management, smart agri, circular economy, and all the rest of it. So today we are going to be hearing from them and know what is it that inspired them to join this She Sustains program. Welcome, my beautiful ladies, and thank you for joining me today. May I know your name and what you do?
I'm Ijeneme. I run a solar energy company who address gaps around energy, education, and environment.
Thank you. That's very beautiful. May I know you, ma'am?
Okay, I'm John Glory Ocholongwa and founder of Dell Ventures, where we convert organic waste into sustainable protein source for animal feed.
No, that's very beautiful. Can I know what inspired you to go into this business?
Okay, what actually inspired me to go into this business is because I am a farmer, I have passion for agriculture, and I also have passion for climate action. I'm a climate change advocate also, and I saw what clean tech is all about, how we can go about doing our businesses and making sure it's not causing any harm to the planet. So this inspired me to go in, and it has been a whole impressive session and educative session throughout the program.
That's awesome. Everyone has their different story. Zama Solution, may I know what inspired you to start your own business and what challenges have you faced so far and where do you see yourself at this moment?
Okay, what inspired me is starting to realize that we still have 85 million Nigerians who live off grid, and I've been in space in the last 15 years, and I noticed some gaps, some real pressing gaps. There's skill set gap, definitely energy poverty gap, and a lot. So, but the icebreaker was a particular day I was in a store. I saw a young girl buy candle, and I realized that I didn't know that people still use candle. So it was all strange. It was as if I was living in 1801. So I felt that instead of us talking about just the problem, let's just be part of the solution. So that was why we started Zama Solutions. And then challenges as a female in a male-dominated space, the challenge is much. There's an issue of bias. There's an issue of people seeing you and feel you're not adequate. So sometimes you have to prove yourself more than your counterparts. So solution is know your news, know the space, know the industry, have strategic collaborations, being strategic clusters like Clean Sustain Hub, and then you succeed. That's solution advice.
That's very beautiful. There is a thing about being in a male dominated space. You're always looked down on. You
Yeah,
always feel that, what can she do?
yeah,
But that's why we're having this kind of program to let people know that women are in the frontiers of developing the countries.
yeah.
There are amazing women out there doing a lot of things, and we need to see them. People like our She Sustains participants and our awardees. That's so beautiful, Zama
Thank
Solutions.
you.
You're doing well.
Thank you.
And for you, Glory, I would want to know what challenges have you encountered in your field and how were you able to navigate to those points?
Okay, some of the challenges we have is able to gather waste, and this also has to do with us educating the people how to differentiate their waste. Most of the people do not know that they're supposed to separate food waste from other waste that do not decompose easily, because what we do is we collect food waste, organic waste. So we still have the responsibility of telling people how to differentiate their waste, because collection of waste is one challenge we are having. That's one of the new challenge we are having. So this is also an opportunity for us to create awareness on what waste management is, and this is how we solve part of our challenges. So,
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Have you ever had challenges with funding or partnership?
Yes, and when we started this program, we discovered there is also an opportunity for us to know about what partnership and funding is. That's one major challenge in business because every business owner wants to scale up, every business owner wants to expand, every business owner has where he or she wants his business to be. Is a dream, but there are opportunities of which if you don't get to know, you will not know. So we have that challenge, and then we came after coming into this program with the sessions and all of that. Even aside we winning this opportunity that Sustain gave us during the class session, we got to know how we can source for fund, how we can also get partnership and all of that. So it has really been a plus for our
That's
business.
awesome.
Yeah.
Zama Solutions. Let's talk about She Sustains. What has your experience been so far? I noticed that you're very active in class and everything. So, can you tell me what your experience has been so far and what stood out for you in the She Sustains Cohort 3 program?
Experience has been interesting. I think I've been able to meet great women who are solving different problems that affect Nigeria. The curriculum was very rich. I love, particularly, like I continue to mention, it beginning to sound like a broken record. The mentorship session was eye-opening for me, you know. And I think another section that I really loved was the fundraising session. I love the way it was practical, it was relatable. I remember the facilitator made us feel like the investor. So while you were in the class, you were seeing yourself as an investor, and you were seeing your mistake as an investee. So those were the two major classes that stood out for me, apart from the Mrs. Ifama Malu's class. That one was like bullet point back to
So the
back.
bullet
Yeah,
point, the
it was bullet.
icebreaker.
Yeah, it was very. It was concise. It was just like hitting the nail on the head, like all the points. Not too much story, but just hitting the nail on the head.
Yes.
So I think it was very practical, but because it had to do with legal also structure and all that. So the whole experience has been mind blowing. I think overall was the field trip. Excuse me. Let me. The field trip was interesting. I've never heard of the word mulching before. So, so at least we were able to harvest pepper, and then we were able to understand regenerative farming. That we were able to understand that this modern day farming is about farming on a smaller land and getting more harvest. Some people, farmers will say they need 1 acre of land or 1 hectares of land to start farming. But regenerative farming is saying that you need a plot or 2 plots to harvest 10x. So it also teaches them life cycle of plants. It also teaches you how to. We also learned how to use the natural nutrients that God has given us, the soil, to sort of nourish the plants. So what we discovered yesterday that man abused farming. That's what we discovered.
Yeah.
I've never been in the farming space, but my eyes were open. So I was very happy for farmers who were in that trip. At least I know of one person that she was very active. She was asking questions, and she's already talking about collaboration with the Capolis, talking about training of our women in her community. So it was a plus plus to her business. But for me, it sort of made me to have um, this out of the box thinking that there are other ways you could do whatever you're doing. Whether in fashion and solar energy, you can apply simpler approach to get bigger results.
It's very beautiful.
Yep.
Let me buttress the points at the field trip. There was something the lead trainer said. He
Yes.
said, "You do less and
Yeah.
you earn
More.
more." Like those
Yes.
lines were so beautiful because
Yeah.
we saw that the piece of land was just small,
Yes.
and these people are really making good money there.
Yes.
Like he practically told us that nature is always proving itself that this is how we're supposed to do things, and but
Exactly.
then we
We are
humans we always
not.
abuse this. We don't
Yeah.
even
including
they don't,
chemicals.
yes, that we use chemicals, we use fertilizers, but
Yeah,
then there are a lot of nutrients in the soil that we are supposed to
exactly.
maximize. I feel Miss Gloria, I know you learned a lot there because that's your space.
Yes.
So can you tell us what stood out for you in the field trip, and particularly Shesustains?
Okay, starting with the field trip, like I earlier said that I'm a farmer and I have passion for agriculture. So seeing myself in the field trip yesterday was a plus for me because I was able to add up to the previous knowledge I have. I discovered how we could actually use a small space of land to cultivate and get higher yield. And I also discovered they practically do practice eco-friendly farming practices like mulching, and also they use organic manure. That's that composting, because we also saw how they carry out their compost, and they mentioned that they're using thermal composting, and these composts are natural fertilizers that are also used to grow plants. So it was a wow and also a plus for me. I was able to learn and gather a lot, and it's a good opportunity. And for the She Sustain program, like Zama Solution rightly said, one of the class that stood out for me also was Miss Ifoma Malo's class. It was brief, but it carried power. Like she just hit the hammer on the nail, and it was very clear. So I was able to learn that consistency is one thing in business. Even if it looks as though you are not making it, you just have to keep pressing and pressing until you get to the top. And I was also able to learn during the financial class how it's important for us to keep records of our finances. I remember when we were having those classes, the facilitator was asking that how many of us do keep, and she made a statement. She said most people don't like keeping record of their finance because they don't even want to look at it, and a whole lot of us attested to that. But after the whole class, we discovered that it's very important and it's key. And I also learned how it's important for me to differentiate my personal goal and also my business goal, and spell out where I want to be or where I want my business to be from now till the next 5 and 10 years. So it was practically an interesting session. Okay.
Wow, it's so beautiful to know that a lot have been learned in these 3 months. That we have learned, we have relearned and unlearned.
Yeah.
And then from Miss Ife's class, I was opportune to be in that class, honestly, and it was wow. Miss Ife is one person that has inspired all of us in CTH. And I think the theme for this podcast was mirrored to her. That was the voices of resilience, women leading the sustainability frontiers. Because she is one person that she doesn't give up. She even stated it in her class that she started sometime, she failed, she stood up again and continued. And if is one person that will always tell you, be great. That's her slogan, be great, learn to be great. And we really appreciate that class. Thank you, Miss if you're watching this. And then let's go to our theme for today, that's the voices of resilience. And I will be asking you, Zama Solution, what does resilience mean to you, especially in a male-dominated sector?
Yeah, resilience means don't give up when all odds are down.
Yeah.
It means when you feel inadequate, don't give up. It means when, as a business owner, you've not sold in the last 6 months, don't give up. But like Mississippi said, there's a time for you to sort of re-strategize. Have have a retrospect. Look at what you have done. That doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you are coming back and bouncing back better. Like we can see, if she was stuck, and then she had to like go back to the drawing board. I remember she said deep dive or dive in or something like, yes, she said dive in, deep dive in, yes.
Thank you, Zama Solution, for giving us an in-depth meaning of what resilience means to you, especially in a male-dominated sector. So let's go to you, Miss Glory. What does resilience mean to you, especially when it comes to agri?
Okay, resilience, I can say, means pressing on even when it looks as though what you're doing is not working, even when it seems as though people are not seeing light in what you're doing. That's why I say when you have a dream, you have to just pursue it. People might not see what you're seeing,
Yeah.
and when you're doing it, it might not look as though what you dreamed of or what you want is playing out. But since you know what you saw ahead, you keep on pressing. And it's really very common in the agri space, because one thing with agriculture is someone will say is a game of chance, because mostly it has to do with some factors that you cannot handle. So you can invest in agriculture, and that particular year you put in your investment, it might not pay out or play out. Like recently, I think the price of food commodities dropped. A lot of people that invested in some of these cash crops, they lost. But will you now tell them not to go in again? So they have to still push on. If you really know where you're heading to, you know where you're going to, you just have to keep pressing even when it looks as though it's not working.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you feel like, damn it, I'm not doing this again. Let me just think of something else to do, or let me just relax and know what else to do in my life.
Yes, there are times that life just throw back at you. Many times at different stages in life, we just have to come to that point where even when you're pressing on, you're doing what you're doing, and it's looking like it's not working, but you just have to keep encouraging yourself. You have to keep telling yourself, I can do it. And one thing I discover with resilience is it's common with women, because these women folk, we have this very strong ability to withstand pressure.
Pressure.
So you just have to keep on telling yourself, I can do it. I will get there. As long as you are dreaming, you achieve what you're dreaming on, or what your dreams are.
Thank you. And to use them as solution, can you tell us a short story or anything that has ever made you to say, I am not doing this again. I am tired of pushing. I just want to stay.
Okay, I will 100% tell you that that has never happened, because yes, because I'm very passionate about solving energy poverty. And I'm very
That's
passionate about
beautiful.
contributing to solving, because one person cannot really solve. Clean Tech Hub is also here to contribute to the solution. So one of the ways you do that is also programs like this. But I will tell you, 98% of the time, your client would frustrate you to that extreme. So that's where resilience comes in. That's when your vision, your mission, your purpose, comes into play. So what we have done at our own business now, we have also diversified. So when it seems as if this part is not working, the other part is working. So there has never been any point that we will say we want to give up. No, 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 no. We press on and then we solve problems.
I love what I'm seeing here. We don't give up here. Like, there's this saying that always say, now who give up, lose. We keep pressing, we keep pushing, we keep hoping that it will get better, and it's already getting better for us. So I would like to ask your business summer solution so far, can you say that it is impacting life? And in what ways has it impacted lives? And do you have any statistics of how many lives have been impacted? Do you have any personal story that this person was going through this sometime, and then my business was one thing that elated the person?
Energy poverty is a serious problem in Nigeria. So for every home that you light up, let's say for example there are six members of that family, and that six member have maybe they have an in-law, or they have, let's say, a maximum number of families 10. So for every time you light up a home, you have lighted up lives. So we continue to do that, and those are our statistics.
Yeah, anytime you light up a home, you're lightening lives. I love that line. Thank you very much. And to you, Glory, can you say same?
Okay, like I said, our business has to do with climate. action. So if you observe practically, waste normally release methane gas into the atmosphere. And that is one thing that also drew me to this. This is one passion that I see myself pursuing. Like, how do we reduce waste? This carbon dioxide and methane gases that is being emitted into the atmosphere. How do we solve it? How do we also play a role? How do I see myself playing a role in solving this issue? So waste are being scattered on the landfills. If you take statistic of waste that are flying on the landfills in Nigeria, it will amaze you. And these waste are releasing dangerous gases into the atmosphere. So as we gather those waste and convert them into something valuable, we are also solving the problem of these dangerous and harmful gases that are being released into the atmosphere. There are many illnesses that people fall victim of. We don't know what those sources are, and it's so unfortunate that some of them are as a result of some of these gases that are being emitted into the atmosphere, especially from methane and carbon dioxide. So we believe that our business is solving that part of the problem, and that is even one of the major reasons why we are doing that.
Oh, that's beautiful, Blue. Your business is one business that is touching lives. Like you're in the waste management sector and you're in the smart agri sector at the same time. And then you're touching lives in ways that we can't even imagine. That's so awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. And I would like to ask, where was your business before you enrolled for She Sustain? And can you say that so far what you've learned from this training has impacted in your business?
Yes, we I said earlier that the She Sustain training session, or should I say those class sessions, has really added a lot personally and also in our business. Like someone was saying yesterday, how to structure planning, how to separate, differentiate between my own self and the business, how to pursue my own personal goal and also the business goal. A lot. Now we know how important it is to take record for us to also tell where we want to be, where we are now, what and what should we do, what are the things that we should put in place, what ideas, how to also relate and network with people that are in that same field so that we can get to another height. The She Sustain training session has really added up to that, both to the person that is owning the business and also to the business itself.
Thank you. And to use our solutions, can you tell us one or two things that She Sustain has done for your business so far? What were you doing wrongly before, or you were not doing that? She Sustain happens to be an eye opener, and this is it.
Okay, I would say that most of the things we were taught, it's not as if they are like new knowledge. It's just that as business owners, there are some of the things that we ignore. So, what the classes buttressed or helped us to achieve is that we should try and do them optimally so that it's we also implement in our business so that our business can scale. Because if we are taught all these things and we don't apply it, we don't implement it, then there is no use. So it has sort of reiterated to us as a business owner because I thought I was the only one. I noticed that as SMEs, we have that fear of numbers. You don't want to look at your books. You don't. That's why most of people don't even keep record because they're actually afraid. Yeah. So a lot of people have that phobia. So, but yeah, first of all, discover that you are not alone. Especially in the community of women learning environments, and everybody is speaking their experience, so you're not alone. So I will add that again that it's not something that is maybe new to us, but it's something that we have learned how to optimally implement them and to ensure that our business scale.
Thank you. The She Sustains curriculum actually was made. In fact, the curriculum was gotten from different questionnaires we asked different business owners what are their challenges, and we came up with all of this. For some of them, some of these are things that some of them know, but they either ignore it or they do not implement or they are not doing it well. So our curriculum was shaped in a way that it touches everybody. You'll see in our curriculum that there is always something that is touching you in your business. And then for something you're not even doing well or you have ignored from the onset, then you pick it from there and you shape your business and structure the business very well. So at this point, I would want to use our solution to say something to the women out there, the women that want to be in the sustainability space, the women that don't know where to start, that feel that they cannot do it. So can you just say something to them and let them know that they can actually do it?
Okay, so I'll be taking some few notes we got from the leadership class. You have here that being an entrepreneur can be very lonely, especially at the top. So it is more particularly when the people around you don't see the bigger picture or are not aligned to your vision. If your employees are not aligned to your vision as an MSME, you need to go back to the drawing board. So that is why it is very important to create a balance. Have a life plan before you have a business plan. Most of the time, there's a definition that says you go into business for a reason. You go into business. Some people go into business for a reason. Some people go into business for a season, like the business of Zoom. It was during COVID that Zoom started scaling,
Yeah.
or Amazon. So
Yeah.
that was a seasonal business. It was not. I don't know how he knew Amazon as Amazon. I don't know how he knew he was going to scale after many years. Some people go to business because survivor. I just want to hustle and survive. So have a life plan before you have a business plan.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And to you, Glory, what do you have to say to our women out there?
Okay. Yeah, like summer solutions is have a life plan before you have a business plan. It's very, very important because if you don't have that, it will clash. And then I also want to tell the women out there that it's something you can do. Every woman is a strong woman. Every woman has what it takes to achieve what she wants to achieve. As long as you keep dreaming, you can achieve that dream. So just keep pushing, keep making findings, keep networking, and then you see yourself at the top where you want to be.
Thank you very much. It's been an inspiring section with these amazing women in the sustainability landscape. And to you, my women that are watching me, I have something for you. This is to tell you that resilience is not just about pushing through challenges, it's about standing firm in your purpose and choosing to build something that matters. Just as they said you should have a life plan before you have a business plan. If you don't know how to separate these two, then there won't be a balance. So today, for the women out there listening to us, go back to your drawing board, outline the things you want to achieve. There's still time for you this year. Outline the things you want to achieve. Outline where you want to see yourself in 2026 and then work towards it. If anybody can do it, then you can do it. We don't give up here. Even if you try and fail, get up and continue. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies.
Thank you.
It was an awesome podcast
Same
with
here.
you guys. And then for everyone out there, if you want to keep learning, relearning, and unlearning, kindly follow our pages, like, share, and comment. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.